How to become more visible as a new entrepreneur without spending a dime. So let's face it, as a new entrepreneur, things are tough, things are tight. As a matter of fact, things are so tight financially that you can't even support your own lifestyle, let alone to support your business. And this is where a lot of people find themselves as new entrepreneurs. It was a place where I found myself back in 2017. Let's face it, you just got to get your name out there. But there's a way you have to do that. And to do that, you have to become more visible. Now, we have to ask ourselves, why is being visible so important? And I'll give you a great example. There is a restaurant literally across the street that's literally making billions of dollars each year, and they don't even have a good product. And that restaurant, I hate to say it, but it's McDonald's. If you look on every corner, you'll see that there's a McDonald's everywhere you go. And here's the thing, because they're so visible, because there's so many of them, it makes it easy for them to make money. That's how important being visible is. There's so many restaurants that have better burgers, right? And here's the thing, there are a lot of mom and pop restaurants that have way better burgers, have invested in way better ingredients, but they don't make nearly as much money as the McDonald's. And the reason why is because they're not as visible. You know, a great example that I give a lot of my clients is that right now, your business is kind of like that mom and pop store, right? Only the people in the local area know about it. But the big stores like the Cheesecake Factories, Longhorn Steakhouse, the Outbacks, everyone knows those name brand places. So they go there, right? They Google them and they see, oh, it's 15 minutes away, but your restaurant could be just 5 minutes away. And people go there versus your restaurant because they just don't know about it, right? Now, obviously, you may not be running a restaurant. You may be doing a fitness business, maybe a marketing business, right? Or maybe even accounting, right? If you're a CPA, like there's so many different businesses that you can start. But what I'm trying to get at is that right now, you may not have the big marketing dollars that some of these big businesses have. And as a result, you may not be as visible. And that was one of the biggest things I faced when I started out as a therapist. I remember thinking to myself, hey, all I need is just one platform to push my business and everything will be okay. But the thing that happened was that one platform started to dry up with the leads that I got. And because I was no longer getting leads from this one platform I was on, it made it very tough for me to have a profitable business. And I felt that really quickly. And it wasn't until I became visible that really the floodgate started to open within my business. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. It's about how to open that floodgate so you can now get new customers, even though you're not making any money. Because again, right now, things are tough, things are tight, but they don't have to be tight forever. So I want you guys to make sure you stay to the last point, because the last point is going to be the one point that's going to make you the most money in the fastest of ways. So before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join, because I'm going to keep giving content and information just like this, and I don't want you to miss it. These are gems that I paid thousands of dollars for, spent hours reading, and I'm giving them all to you in a short amount of time. So again, hit that subscribe button and let's get to point number one. All right, so normally when I give my first point, it's always a good point, but it's not my best point. And I gotta admit, I'm gonna over deliver with this first point. So make sure you guys write this down, because I'm gonna give you guys some platforms that I use to help me become more visible in less amount of time. So in this first point, what I want to talk about is that you need to double your social media output. Okay, that's the first point that I want to make. Now, to do that, there's going to be a real easy way. And we're going to talk about how to do this with using blogs. So blogs are so important because it helps the SEO on your page so that you can now be easily found when people type in restaurants near me, CPAs near me, or therapists near me like I am. But if you don't have things popping up on your page, right? So whether it's reviews or blogs, as I just mentioned, Google's not going to rank you high on the SEO. And that's what we're searching for. Okay. We want to be higher on our SEO. So here's a real easy way to do that. So there's a website called Answer the Public that I use. And what this website does is it shows me everything that people are typing in Google when it comes to a specific area. So what I would do is type in the word depression, and then I'll hit search. And then what it will do is show me all the different things that people are searching when it comes to the word depression. So what I see is that people would type in things like, can depression cause alcoholism, right? Or can depression cause loss of motivation? People are asking these questions, and because I know this is what they're looking for, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write a blog on it. But here's the thing, I'm not gonna write it. AI is gonna write it. So what I do is I take these keywords and I put them in a ChatGPT. And what I do is I ask ChatGPT to write a blog using these keywords, right? Answering these problems from this perspective. So from the perspective of a therapist for you, maybe from the perspective of a mechanic, or the perspective of a fitness coach, right? Or a nutrition coach, whatever it is. And then once it gives me the answer, I copy and paste it, boom, put it on my website, and we're good. I have literally done 8 of those, right? So 8 blog posts in under an hour. And I've seen it literally improve the amount of hits I got on my website within that month. Very easy, very quick, doesn't cost you a dime to do it. And again, Answer the Public is the website and it's free. That's the best thing about it. So that is a quick and easy way. Also, you can obviously get on YouTube, right? One thing I love doing lately is just posting constantly on YouTube, right? That helps with the SEO, especially if you put your website in the bio, in the description, and things of that nature. Also, obviously, you can post more on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all these other places. We just want to give ourselves the best chance to be found by the right customer. And right now, all you got to do is just double your output. If you do that, you will instantly become more visible. All right, this next one, I have to owe my whole business to, right? This one is really saved me, and it's funny how it worked. So the second point is do as many free gigs as possible, right? A lot of people like to think that, oh man, I spent all this time learning this specific skill. You may even have gone to school or pay for a program to get your certification. But here's the thing, you need to get results first. You need to be able to build partnerships first. When you do that, the money will come. This is why I'm asking you guys now to go from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. When you do this, you'll be willing to give the stuff away because you have the belief that's going to come back around for you. And sometimes it'll come around tenfold. And that's exactly what happened to me. So one day I was just, working and, doing my thing. And then I got an email. I got an email for someone asking me to come to the Urban League and do a presentation, right? To speak on a panel. And I remember thinking, all right, that's cool. I can go. How much are they going to pay me? And I asked and they said, well, we're not paying you, but we really will appreciate you coming. So I said, you know what? I'll still go. And when I went there, believe me when I say this, there were only 30 people there. It wasn't a lot of people. And even 30 would be a stretch because 4 of us was on the panel. So it was even less people. But here's the thing. I was on a panel with some really heavy hitters. One of them actually allowed me to do a partnership with them so I could do contract work under their brand. And this was big for me because I was just starting out. What's great about this was that they already had the people coming to them looking to be served. And now I was able to help this person with the fulfillment piece of their clients. And that is what really set me apart from everyone else. Because now I could just focus on the craft, the skill of being a therapist. And I focused so much on the marketing, the sales, and all that other stuff, the branding. That was all being taken care of. All I had to do was just show up. You never know who you guys are going to meet. You never know what content, what pictures are going to be taken. You never know what's going to happen when you do free stuff. So what I want you guys to do is to put yourself out there. Don't turn anything down, whether it's a speaking engagement, showing up to a fair, anything. I need you guys to be visible, and you do that by just offering your services for free. And as promised, the third tip that I'm going to leave with you guys to help you to be more visible is going to be one of the best ones to help you to be more visible in less time. And it's going to be the biggest money maker of them all. So one thing that you can do is you can do a partnership through an email campaign. So I'll tell you guys what this looks like. So I want you to imagine that you're a fitness coach or a coach or whatever business it is that you do. And imagine you're just day one, right? Like you just quit your job, you wake up and this is day one, right? Hey, you're finally an entrepreneur. Congrats. Now, something that I want you guys to realize is that there's someone out there that has been doing what you're doing for decades, right? So let's take the fitness coach. I like that example. If this is day one of you being a personal fitness coach and you go across the street and there's someone that's been a fitness coach for 20 years, I'm willing to bet that they have 20 years worth of contacts. Now, if you were to do the math, let's just say that's 20,000 contacts, right? And I'm just making that number up. It could be a lot more, it could be a lot less, but I guarantee it's more than you have right now. And what you can do is you can propose something to this person, right? So let's say you're John, you go up to, let's say Mike, you say, hey, Mike, I would love to do a partnership with you where I make an offer to your email list to buy a specific course, okay? A specific course. And what you do is you tell him, you will give him 50% of everything that is sold, right, through the email campaign. And you can make this a 3 email campaign, 5 email campaign where he introduces who you are, why you're important, and why what you're selling is something that they need. But more importantly, something that they need right now. That is so crucial. You got to give people a reason to act today. Now, if this person has 20,000 emails, right, and he sends the email, 20,000 email contacts, and you send an email, right, for him to send to his contacts, one may say probably 50% is a really good number of open rate, right? So 50%, boom, opens it. So that's 10,000 people you're in front of, right? Now, out of these 10,000 people, the amount of people that's going to click, let's just say it's 1%, right? Let's say 1% of them click, right? So that's 100 people that has now clicked on your landing page, right? So now they're looking at this course. They're trying to figure out, is this for me or is it not? Now, on this course, right, on this page, what we like to see is, especially if it's free, right? If it's free, we want to see that at least 30% people have opted in and got the free course, right? So boom, now you have 30 people on your email list, okay? And I hope you guys are following. Now that you have 30 people on your email list, you may have an upsell, okay? You may have an upsell for these 30 people to buy. And that upsell may be, let's say, an added course that maybe they didn't think that they needed, right? So it can be a course on, let's say, nutrition, how to stretch, and then let's say how to do abs, right? Let's just throw all that stuff together. And for that, you may say, hey, you're selling it for $497, right? So almost $500. If you got just 3 people, right, to say yes to a $500 course, you made $1,500. And if you gave the other person half, who allows you to email that list, guess what? Well, you made $750. And you didn't have to go and find these people. It was all free. It was all right there, right? And the beautiful thing about this is that the original people that clicked on the website, right, and filled out the information and gave you their email list, right? So that 100 people from the original number, they're still on your email list, and you can still email them later in the future and ask them for future sales. But here's the thing, you can do this whole email campaign again and again and again. It's not just a one-time thing. So again, this is one of the greatest and more powerful ways to get visible and to get people to say yes to your offer, right? So in other words, to make you money. And again, you didn't have to go and find them. You just have to find the one person that has already had this compound list of people, if you will. Very simple, very easy. And we call these partnerships. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna conclude these 3 main points that I made when it comes to being more visible as a new entrepreneurship that doesn't require a dime. So the first point that I made is that just simply double your social media output. I love using blogs. That's a real great way. And then my second favorite is YouTube. You can use, let's say, Instagram, LinkedIn. I think it's a great one, Twitter as well. No matter what it is, just simply double your output when it comes to your social media content. The second point that I made is that you need to do as many free gigs as possible. Right now, you shouldn't be saying no to anything. And the best thing about saying yes is that you make networking relationships, but also, and I didn't mention this, you also get case studies, testimonials, you get proof of concept. When you have those things, you can then use that on the front end of your marketing and get more people into your funnels. And that way you can make more money. And then third way that I gave is that email campaigns are really a great way because you can partner up with people who have decades of contacts that they've collected. And now you can get in front of them instantly from day one and give them an offer. And once you do that, you'll be able to make money quickly and easily. So this is Coach Wells, and this is how you can become more visible as a new entrepreneur without spending a dime.